Hello, and good evening to you all, and welcome to the 8 o'clock news. We have a lovely show for you today, and I hope you stay tuned. My name is Dan Green, alongside Gianna Esposito.
Due to the recent illness of North Korea's leader Kim Jong-il, the future of North Korea is uncertain. He may no longer be fit to lead his country, and no definite successor has been chosen yet. A nuclear power without an effective leader threatens disaster as North Korea has turned inward and put talks of the weapons issue on hold. Due to the instability caused by the uncertain succession of North Korean leadership, the country's actions are very unpredictable for outsiders such as the U.S. and South Korea. This makes it even more important that both countries tread lightly. The risk of miscalculation is higher than ever and could very well lead to an unwanted nuclear confrontation.
Kim Jong-il has been the supreme leader of North Korea since 1994, following the death of his father, Kim Il-sung. He is in control of one of the largest armies in the world and also has leverage with nuclear weapons. U.S. intelligence has rumored that Kim Jong-il actually died in 2003 and has been replaced during public appearances by stand-in originally employed for protection against assassination attempts. If dead, North Korea is being run by an unknown party. If alive, there is speculation that he may be suffering from pancreatic cancer and he does not have the same authority that he once held over North Korea. Possible successors for leadership in socialist North Korea include Kim's 3 sons and his son-in-law. As of now, the most likely successor is Kim's youngest son, Kim Jong-un.
Whether Kim is ill or actually dead, it is clear that the transfer of power in North Korea could have devastating consequences for the country, the region, and the world because of the nuclear weapons. In 1994, North Korea signed the agreed framework in which they promised to freeze and dismantle their existing nuclear program in return for alternative energy from the U.S. It also called for improved relations between the Democratic People's Republic of Korea and the U.S. and dialogue between North and South Korea. In 2003, North Korea admitted for the first time to being in possession of nuclear weapons, which went against the points of the agreed framework. The first known nuclear test performed by North Korea took place in 2006. North Korea launched its second nuclear test in May 2009. We now welcome the head of U.S. intelligence and co-owner of the Arizona Diamondbacks, Alex Kiefer, to enlighten us about this intriguing subject. Welcome, Alex. We're so glad you could join us.
Very happy to be here, Gianna. You know, it's great to share with all of your viewers how important this matter really is. Since the creation of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, North Korea has been isolated from the surrounding world. As a world power, the U.S. has a huge responsibility to help maintain control in Korea. We must ensure that the leadership transition goes smoothly so things do not get out of control. Because North Korea possesses nuclear weapons, there is a constant threat to the rest of the world, especially South Korea. With the uncertainty, leader Kim Jong-il's deteriorating health has caused the U.S. and Japan fear that North Korea will sell nuclear weapons to terrorist groups or start firing on neighboring countries. China and South Korea fear that the North Korean government will collapse completely, which would cause a flood of refugees into China and leave South Korea the difficult task of reunifying the two Koreas. It is crucial that the U.S. aids North Korea in the transfer of power so that weapons talks can continue and North Korea can remain relatively
Does
safe.
the United States have any plans in motion to keep North Korea from erupting into chaos?
Well, of course, most of the plans are top secret and cannot be discussed in detail, but I can say that the U.S. will only take military action if there is a direct threat on American territory.
All right, thank you so much for taking the time to address our audience here today. And now we'll hear from South Korean expert Hong Gil-dong. Thanks for being with us tonight, Hong. It's my pleasure. Please inform us of your opinions pertaining to the events taking place in North Korea. Of course. South Koreans have been worried about the situation in North Korea, especially because of the nuclear weapons issue for some time now. These worries have been increased significantly due to the news of the seriousness of leader Kim Jong-il's sickness. We are worried that the process of negotiation will halt completely. The worst-case scenario for South Koreans would be for the succession of the North Korean leader to cause the country to fall into chaos, which could lead to civil war there. A civil war in the north could lead to an influx of refugees into the south and China. If the United States and the South Koreans can work together against the ensuing turmoil, then there is still a chance for the crisis to be averted. If we can help make a smooth transition to Kim's successor and at the same time transform North Korea from a military dictatorship to a more democratic government, then the result could actually be very positive. South Koreans are trying to stay optimistic about the events to come in the region while preparing for every possible outcome. The hope is that North Korea will come to rely more on the South economically, which will gradually lead to the Korean Peninsula to unity without
Do you know how the president of South Korea views the impending nuclear crisis?
In an interview with John Davies from Euronews, President Lee Myung-bak stated, "The people and government in South Korea are prepared for all contingencies on the Korean Peninsula. That means being militarily ready and preparing the people psychologically for anything. South Korean people have been in a state of readiness since our country was divided 60 years ago, but at the same time we are not completely immersed by North Korea." So as you can see, the South Korean government is prepared to take the necessary action to maintain. Thank you, Hong, and hopefully we hear from you again soon.
So that about wraps up our segment of the 8 o'clock news. Thanks to the guests on our show tonight, and for all of our viewers, tune in to our next show for updates on the situation. I'm Dan Green.
And I'm Gianna Esposito. See you next time.